This business coach, you hear it so often. Should people get a business coach? You know, what made you do that?
This is a fun story. I'm glad we have enough time because it changed my life, hands down. But I had been in a long-term relationship and had called off my first wedding about 80 days before the wedding. And I had never been out of the country. I, had always been a homebody for the most part. And I finally said, you know what? Everyone talks about going overseas and like spending time and doing stuff on their own and like self-care and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay, well, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to do it in a way that also helps me make money, right? Because at the time I was not broke by any means, but I was definitely struggling to get to that next level. And so I said, okay, my business coach is in the UK. I've never been out of the country. I just got out of this terrible relationship. I'm going to combine the two and turn it into my trip. And I'd already been working with the business coach for a while, about 6 months. And he was referred to me actually from a realtor that I had known. But he was not a business coach for real estate specifically. Okay. He was more of a general business coach, really. But anyways, I ended up flying to the UK, spending 7 days with him, conceptualizing my ultimate big picture goal and then reverse engineering it with him in a coffee shop. So we went 7 days straight in coffee shops with those easel board, like whiteboard marker papers.
That's intense. That's intense. I guarantee that was intense.
Yeah. I still have the picture. Like I have the picture and everyone tells me I should get it framed and like put it on my wall, but I totally should. I still could. But that moment was when I said to myself, this I probably could have figured out, right? I probably could have figured this out on my own later on. But the fact that I committed to, I'm going to spend more money than I have right now. And I'm going to go and I'm going to do this because I know it's going to take me from where I want to be, right? Or where I am right now to really where I want to be. I mean, I wouldn't change it for anything. I think it was the decision was, I know I can do this. I just need someone to tell me what I think I already know, so that I actually do it.
So what really helped you those 7 days? What was your big takeaway? I hear this thing that you have this mindset of a reverse engineering mindset. Like I hear this consistently in you. So I don't know what came out of that coaching, but what's the best thing that you think you took away that if other people find their right coach that they could as well? Like what was it? If you already knew and need to be reinforced, what was the takeaway?
Two things. One, find somebody that you listen to on the phone when you talk to and they light your passion on fire, right? Like I'm a very passionate person and everyone that I ever talk to is always, Michelle, that's why we want to hire you. Like, because this is what you do. Like you love what you're doing. You can totally tell that. Like someone calls me and is like, I'm too busy for Instagram. I'm like, bullshit. You're not too busy for Instagram. You've made a decision to say to yourself that you're too busy for Instagram or that you're too busy to grow your business. Right. So I'm also not going to, sugarcoat it for you. I'm going to be very straightforward and honest because that's what he was to me. So when I called him and I said, or he asked me the questions when I was interviewing him, like, am I going to pay this guy to help me? One of the questions he asked me is, what's your first 2 excuses that you could make up in your mind as to why you haven't done this? And obviously I gave him them at the time. And he goes, okay, both of those within 7 days, we're going to smash them. We're going to get rid of them so that they are so far out of your mind. You're never going to say those 2 phrases ever again. And I was just like, oh shit. Okay. So that was one big thing. Find somebody that lights you on fire and makes you feel empowered, makes you feel in your mind, okay, I can do that. Like he just said, he made it sound so simple. I can do that.